They called them Starodruki, the old prints, repositories of knowledge, carefully vetted by the watchful eyes of the church and state. But what the censors missed, the silent ink on the margins began to speak. In the hushed halls of the Jagiellonian library, amidst the scent of decaying paper and leather, a secret history unfolds, etched not in the main text, but in the fleeting annotations of forgotten scholars. We're talking about marginalia ciphers, the cryptic scribbles that adorned the edges of these priceless volumes in 17th century Poland. These weren't idle doodles, they were deliberate, coded communications, a clandestine dialogue running parallel to the authorized narrative. Imagine a scribe, hunched over a flickering oil lamp, his quill scratching away, not with standard prose, but with symbols that defied immediate understanding. He's not just reading, he's conversing, encrypting his thoughts into the very fabric of the book. We've uncovered instances where notarial symbols, seemingly mundane marks used in legal documents, were repurposed, their standard meanings twisted into something far more esoteric. These weren't meant for casual observation. They were a secret handshake for the initiated, a way to pass information under the noses of those who sought to control it. Think about the implications. In an era where dissent could mean severe punishment, where alchemical pursuits were viewed with suspicion, these hidden messages offered a sanctuary for forbidden ideas. The ink itself becomes a conspirator, the paper a silent witness to clandestine conversations. One particularly fascinating case involves what appear to be highly stylized alchemical notations, not the crude symbols you might expect, but elegant, almost artistic renderings. Were these recipes for philosophers' stones, or perhaps something more terrestrial, like methods for evading royal taxes, or coordinating underground movements? The very act of encoding suggests urgency, and a profound need for secrecy. The Starodruki, in their imposing physical presence, served as both the canvas and the vault. Their immense value and the weight of their printed words provided a perfect camouflage for these hidden dialogues. Who were these individuals? Were they philosophers in hiding, revolutionaries plotting in the shadows, or simply men of science exploring forbidden avenues of inquiry? The depth of the layers of meaning embedded within these marginalia is astonishing. It's not just a simple substitution cipher. We're seeing evidence of polyalphabetic systems, perhaps even steganographic techniques woven into the very typographical anomalies of the printed text itself. The censors, trained to look for overt heresy, were blind to the subtle artistry of the clandestine scribe. They saw only the authorized text, missing the whispered secrets in the periphery. The challenge now is to meticulously reconstruct the lost lexicons, to understand the context in which these symbols were deployed. This isn't just about decoding words, it's about uncovering the intellectual currents and subversive networks of an era long past. Each faint mark, each unconventional symbol, represents a risk taken, a secret shared, a piece of history waiting to be reassembled. The Starodruki were more than just books, they were silent guardians of forbidden knowledge, their margins alive with coded whispers. And as we continue to decipher them, we begin to understand the true, hidden intellectual landscape of 17th century Poland. But the question remains, what other secrets are still locked away, waiting for the right eyes, the right tools, to bring them into the light?